If you have logged into Hearthstone in the last few days, you might have noticed that your OTK deck was completely destroyed because Blizzard decided to not only nerf Tidepool Pupil, which is a key part in Mage OTK decks, by increasing its mana cost by 1, but the much bigger nerf that hit many OTK decks right now is the Sorcerer's Apprentice nerf. They now made it so that your spells cost 1 less, but not less than 1. And if you were wondering if this works the same way as Tathalan Bloodwatcher, where it says that you cannot reduce it below 1, but then if you play something after it that reduces the cost, you can actually get it to 0, this doesn't work either. So what you used to be able to do before was to play Tathalan Bloodwatcher, reducing the cost of everything by 4, and then play the old Sorcerer's Apprentice to reduce it to 0, even though Tathalan specifically said you couldn't reduce it to less than 1. However, with the new Sorcerer's Apprentice, it doesn't work the same way. So if you have an arcane spell like Conjure Mana Biscuit, and then you play a Sorcerer's Apprentice, followed by a Magister's Apprentice, it's not actually gonna reduce the cost down to 0, it's still gonna stay at 1. So basically, Sorcerer's Apprentice just became a completely useless card for almost all decks that were running it before, and since I had to figure out a new way to annoy opponents with combo decks, I am now playing Infinite Ice Block Mage. Basically, I kept the most overpowered part of Mage, which has always been Ice Block. And if you have watched my last videos, I've been on a mission to include as many copies of Ice Block as I can in my OTK decks using cards such as Tidepool Pupil or Rewind. And I was actually able to get up to 10 Ice Blocks in my most recent deck before the Sorcerer's Apprentice nerf. But since they now decided to nerf the OTK combo, I thought I'm just gonna go infinite on the Ice Blocks. So we are playing the Grey Sage Parrot, Potion of Illusion and Galactic Projection Orb combo. So how this works is we play the Galactic Projection Orb, and then we play Potion of Illusion and Grey Sage Parrot in any order, which is gonna recast the Galactic Projection Orb, which then includes the Potion of Illusion, and it's gonna give us a 1 mana copy of Grey Sage Parrot. So this allows us to cast infinite copies of the Galactic Projection Orb, and we are abusing that by playing Ice Block, which is then gonna get copied every single time we repeat this combo. So you're gonna see in the gameplay that the games can actually go pretty long with this deck. Sometimes you actually win from almost fatiguing the opponent. But yeah, it's definitely a very toxic, very fun combo if you're sitting on the right side of it. And if the opponent has no answer to Ice Blocks, then they basically can't win against this deck at all. I know that there are a lot of answers to Ice Block right now, such as the Highlander decks that usually run Zephyrus, and some Plague decks can also get really annoying against Ice Block. But actually after you start the combo on this deck, you don't have to worry about Plague decks because your hand is gonna be full every single turn, so you can't actually draw any of the plagues. But anyways, we are against Warrior right now, so we probably won't have to worry about plagues anyways. And the mulligan strategy for this deck is that you simply want to keep any spells in your starting hand, as well as any cards that draw spells from your deck, because you want to be able to assemble your Ice Blocks and your combo pieces as soon as possible. I'm not actually going to use the coin here, just going to pass the turn. Enemy is just playing some small time minions and he is running Patches the Pirate. Of course he is. But we are gonna counter that with our own weapon, which is gonna be Sphere of Sapience. And I'm not actually gonna coin it out this turn, I'm just gonna pass. And some more pirate shenanigans going on. I definitely want to play the Coldlight Oracle next turn, since we always want to play card draw as early as possible to get the information of which cards we're drawing into. And there we go, there's the first Ice Block. We already have a Tidepool Pupil in hand as well as Commander Sivara, so we're gonna get up to 3 copies of the Ice Block that way already. And then I'm just gonna pass. I definitely want to keep the coin to use it in some turns where we just need to clear our hand, or maybe we can combo a little bit earlier. Opponent is completing his quest. And yeah, we're just gonna take a lot of damage to the face here. I hope that we can draw into our combo as early as possible so that we can get infinite Ice Blocks going. And a straight up aggro deck like this shouldn't run any counters to Ice Block, I hope. We draw into some more card draw. I definitely want to play that, but I also want to play the Sphere of Sapience. That's the second Tidepool Pupil, very nice, since they're both gonna see the ice block that we're about to cast very soon. I might actually want to cast the Arcane Missiles here, since even if that takes up a slot in Commander Sivara, getting another copy of it is not that bad, and we're not gonna get 3 ice blocks anyways. So I'm just gonna use the mana here to play it. The reason we play Arcane Missiles is that it's gonna get copied by the Astral Projection Orb to just deal a little bit more damage every time we use the combo. And there we have some more minions coming out, some buffing. I'm getting more and more confident that he doesn't run an answer to our ice block. And there we go, he completes the second part of his quest, which is gonna mean more damage to the face for us. But we should be able to survive for a long time here. We still have Ice Block, 2 Tidepool Pupils and the Commander Sivara in hand. And we draw into Starscryer, definitely want to play that, and I think we're gonna definitely have to play the first Ice Block right now. And I'm probably just gonna use the 2 mana left to play the Starscryer. I do want to play the Ignite as late as possible, even though we need it for the combo. What it does in the combo is it keeps filling our deck with more cards every time we run the combo. In case the enemy can defend against our combo for a long time, we would otherwise easily run out of cards, which is prevented from Ignite. But we want to play it as late as possible, because if we shuffle another Ignite into our deck right now, it's going to decrease the chance of us drawing into more combo pieces. And I'm just gonna take some more face damage from my opponent. First ice block is gonna get triggered, but that's gonna be the first of very, very many ice blocks this game. And there we go, the Galactic Projection Orb. The only thing that we're missing to combo right now is actually the Grey Sage Parrot, but we should draw into it very soon because we have Sphere of Sapience, and we also have 1 card in the deck that specifically is gonna draw the Grey Sage Parrot for us. Coldlight Oracle, that is some card draw as well. We do need to trigger these Tidepool Pupils right now to get the extra ice block. I definitely want to play the coin here, because that's gonna be the best card for Commander Sivara to copy. So let's play Tidepool Pupil, get an extra ice block, and now with just 2 mana left, I can only really play the Tidepool Pupil and already prepare our next ice block for next turn. The enemy is gonna trade and then trigger our next ice block. Some discovery going on.
In the box?
He's gonna draw more pirates. Discovering even more cards. I wonder why he keeps filling his board. But alright, maybe he doesn't want to play anything else. And there we have the second ice block this game. And there we have the Grey Sage Parrot, so we are actually ready to combo. We just need to survive until we are able to afford the Galactic Projection Orb. So let's just play Ice Block and then Commander Sivara to get another copy of Ice Block as well as a coin and another Arcane Missiles. Alright. So next turn, turn 8, we're just gonna ice block, and then we're gonna have infinite ice blocks using the Galactic Projection Orb and the Grey Sage Parrot. You're gonna see that combo, it's absolutely ridiculous because the animations take so long that your turns take legitimately like 1.5 minutes every time. And so the opponent might have to endure a very long match if they don't want to concede. We see more pirates coming out. I'm really not sure why he keeps playing all of those minions, but hey, maybe he thinks it's gonna help him. Or probably he just doesn't want to overdraw, now that I'm thinking about it, yeah. And there we have the prize vendor. It doesn't really matter what we draw into right now, so I'm just gonna take it. And we can just ice block one more time. Now that we have the full combo in hand, I can already play the Ignite, but it doesn't really matter. You can also play this after you start the combo. And I am also gonna play the Arcane Missiles just to get some space in my hand. And we have the mana left anyways, so why not? And the ice block immediately triggers because of the Juggernaut. Enemy is starting to overdraw, and yeah, there won't be much else that he's gonna be able to do during this game, as he's just gonna have to face infinite ice blocks starting from this turn. There we draw into another one. We don't actually need that, but I am gonna take it just because it doesn't really matter. And so now you can watch this beauty unfold. We just play the Galactic Projection Orb, and we are first of all gonna get a coin, then we're gonna get Arcane Missiles, then we're gonna get Ignite. There's the Ignite, so that our deck stays full. Then we get an Ice Block, and starting next turn we're also gonna get a Potion of Illusion every single time, which is gonna create infinite copies of Grey Sage Parrot and infinite Ice Blocks. What an absolutely amazing deck to play against. I'm sure that we're gonna be able to upset a lot of people on ladder this season. I mean, the season just started. I just respawned basically in bronze. And yeah, so far I only played 2 matches and I won both of those. And this seems like another win, so yeah. Hope that I'm gonna be able to climb very quickly this season again. And I hope that this deck actually turns out to be strong. Because there might be counters to it running rampant pretty soon, but we're gonna see. So there we go, Grey Sage Parrot copies the Galactic Projection Orb, copies the coin, copies the Arcane Missiles, and we get Ignite, then we get an Ice Block. There we go, we get the Potion of Illusion, and there we have the next Grey Sage Parrot. And we can just keep that going forever. However, right now I actually don't want to keep the combo going. There's still one piece that's technically missing, because I still put an AoE spell in the deck, which is gonna clear our board every time, because our opponent might not actually clear all of these minions every time. However, now that I'm thinking about it, now because he's playing the Juggernaut, he's actually gonna clear our board regardless. He can't prevent clearing our board. So actually we can keep going with the combo even before we get the AoE spell. And yeah, as you can see, my turn has already finished, but the animations are still gonna keep going for a long time here. And yeah, this is what our opponent is gonna have to face off against every single turn now for the rest of the game. Okay, after a very long turn, we have finished that turn, and yeah, as you can see, this is clearing off our minions guaranteed, so that's actually very nice, because otherwise I would have still had to draw into the AoE spell so that we could actually clear our own board. But yeah, this really helps, so he actually enabled our combo with that. And yeah, if he doesn't play anything that can get through Ice Block, then he just can't win the game. We get an Ice Block, multiple Ice Blocks in fact every single turn, and we get multiple new cards placed into our deck every single turn. We deal damage to him every single turn, and yeah, if he doesn't have an answer, then he's just gonna lose after a very long match. And yeah, if we overdraw something right now, it just doesn't matter at all. All we need to do is keep playing the Parrots, and the combo is just gonna work itself. What an absolutely amazingly interactive and fun deck to play against as our opponent. Alright, opponent gets to have his turn again after approximately 2 minutes that just went by on my turn. And the fact that he keeps playing minions is really gonna help us, because we can sacrifice all of our Grey Sage Parrots into his minion, which is gonna make for more space on our board to play more of them next turn again. He's actually helping us clear them off, that's very nice of him. But I really do wonder why he's not conceding. And it's our turn again, it doesn't matter what we draw since it's gonna be overdrawn anyways, but yeah. I'm just gonna keep playing more Grey Sage Parrots. And yeah, actually I think he already surrendered. I think the animation is just finishing. I don't know, because I can't use my hero power. But I should be able to use my hero power, so I'm kind of wondering, like, he must have conceded, right? Is it actually gonna wait for the whole animation to show me that my enemy has conceded? It's just gonna make me sit through it while the enemy has already left the game. Is that what's happening right now? Yeah, I really wonder what's happening here. Did he concede or not? He did concede. Oh my gosh, the game actually made me go through like 5 of these whole animation cycles just to show me that my enemy conceded. Oh wow, okay, so I'm actually getting trolled by Hearthstone playing this deck. Oh wow. Well, anyways guys, I really hope that you enjoyed the video. But yeah, I think it's a very fun deck, very annoying for our opponent. I mean, infinite ice blocks, really, what more can you ask for as a mage? And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and see you guys in the next video.